Well, we're so glad to see you. We wish you could see us face to face, but hopefully by this summer you'll be getting so much of our faces that you'll be satisfied. But my name is DeLoss Connor, and I am the director of Camp Loll. I've been the director there for most of the years, since 1977. It's the closest thing to my heart that is still standing on the earth, and I really love it. I'm so honored to have you come, and we're going to have a wonderful summer this year. We have a great crew here among our 3 camp directors. So, Jody?
My name is Jody Oram, and it's been my honor and pleasure to be up at Camp Loll since youth in 1987, and now, of course, as an adult. What a magical place, and it's a pleasure to be there with you and serve with you the scouts that we'll have with us.
And I'm Leif Connor, and I get to work with these great men and be their sidekick. I also will be working at the other 2 camps in the council that will be offering Scouts BSA program this summer. So I look forward to working with all the Scouts in the council.
Okay. Well, we want you to know that everything we're going to cover tonight is available in the Leader's Guide. And if you just go online to the Crossroads of the West Council, and
if you go to the Camp Loll website and you go down to scroll down to the bottom below the sign-ups, you'll see several links to information there, including the Leader's Guide and also information related to COVID and bear safety and the health forms and any other information or forms you would need. You can look first on the Camp Loll website.
And there are lots of forms that might be interesting to you, including the Week at a Glance, which we're going to be talking about. Also, information on Fellowship of the Moose and the other camp programs that young people can sign up for, and also, of course, merit badges. So you might want to be looking at those things and getting those things organized. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about the location of Camp Loll. It is in the perfect place. It's 2 miles south of Yellowstone National Park and 4 miles north of Grand Teton National Park. If you can see this picture right up here above me, this is a picture from outer space of all the lights. That little white streak right there is Salt Lake City. But if you go up into the middle, and I know you can't see it very well because of the reflection, but if you go up into the middle, you'll see a black spot.
That's us, right?
And we're right in the middle of it. Talk about low light pollution. It's the perfect place. There, the way to get there, it's 300 miles from Salt Lake City, so that can kind of give you an idea, depending on, we know many of you are coming from far off and exciting places. And so the first 265 miles will take you mostly up freeway until you get to Idaho Falls. At Idaho Falls, you're going to turn off and head towards Rexburg, and that's still a divided highway, but it's not a freeway. People are coming on and off it all the time after Idaho Falls. And then once you get through St. Anthony, boom, you're on one of those good old-fashioned 2-way highways, and you'll get to wave at the people passing the other direction this far away. So it'll be exciting, and you'll come up onto Ashton, Idaho. Just as you approach Ashton, there's a street marked 1200 North, which always is a mystery to me since it's south of Main Street, but it is Idaho, and we know what a special place that is. And when you get to that, you can turn and head to the east, or you can go in and get some treats out of Dave's Market and then come back down and get on the road. We call it the roller coaster road. My kids did anyway, growing up. And because it goes through many beautiful valleys and down into great river canyons, but it's pretty much straight headed east until you reach the Forest Service boundary where it goes gravel. The last 23 miles of the road are gravel road, and we plead with you to follow all speed limits. The speed limit on the paved part of the road is no more than 45, and we ask you to stay that speed for your safety, of course, but also out of courtesy to the farmers and people who live in the cities of Ashton and Squirrel, who count on using those roads with their machines and their people and their families, and suddenly every Monday and every Saturday, this great horde of excited people comes swooshing through. But if we'll all obey the speed limit, that would be helpful. And let me also counsel you. Don't go above 25 miles an hour on the gravel road. In fact, below 25 is what I always do. And once the road narrows, I cut it down to about 15. Why? Because everybody else on that road thinks they're the only one on that road. And so you have to be ready to deal with them as they come barreling down the canyon, thinking they're still on a freeway somewhere. I don't want to scare you, but be prepared is the motto. And also, if you will keep under those restrictions, the chance of blowing a tire are very much reduced. And changing a tire takes a lot more time than driving safely and slowly. And then your campers can all enjoy the beautiful scenery and feel the power of being swallowed up into the wilderness. Because Camp Loll truly is a wilderness camp, and you will be in the heart of it, the heart of the wilderness as you come aboard. So, I just want to reiterate with you that our schedule runs from Monday through Saturday, and you will be met at the end of the pavement by camp staff members who will give you some directions as before you start off on the gravel, give you some how to deal with the wagon train, horse-drawn wagons that occasionally meet you on the road, and some other important information, and make you know that you're actually going to make it to Camp Loll. Some people say, I never thought I would get to this turnoff, but just be patient. You'll get there. And if you watch your speedometer and it takes you 21 miles, you'll know it's somewhere in the near vicinity. It's a beautiful place. Forest is gorgeous. And then, once you arrive in camp, you'll be met at the top of the hill, at the parking lot, given some more instructions and some directions. Then, for those vehicles which are carrying gear, directed down into the unloading zone at the base of the hill, which is not a parking lot for the summer, but we are allowed to have one vehicle per campsite in that parking lot. Often people will put their trailer with their gear down there. If they don't have that, they can put a pickup or a car down there, but only one. So all other vehicles will be brought back up to the top of the mountain, and we will be trained on how to evacuate under emergency instances once we get to camp, almost instantly once we get to camp, and even have that explained to you as you're parking. And thanks to our wonderful Forest Service, for those who've been to Loll before, we actually doubled the size of our upper parking lot this last fall. So it'll be much easier and much more comfortable to get into the parking lot and to get out of it should there be an emergency or should you need to go during the week. So we give you all those great treasures. Some of you might be coming in the other way through Yellowstone Park, Cody, and down through Yellowstone Park or up from Jackson Hole. Then when you get to the Headwaters Resort, which was long called
Flag Ranch.
Yes, Flag Ranch. You turn off there and get on what they call the Reclamation Road. And that way the gravel's only 18 miles, but it's just as narrow and just as bumpy and just as exciting and just as wonderful. That was my introduction to Camp Loll, was coming in down the gravel road and along the riverbed there and through the mountains. It's so wonderful. But everything applies to you get, and once you get across the Grassy Lake Dam and to the turnoff 2 miles later, then everything will be the same as you come into camp and get set up. We ask that you arrive in the mid-afternoon, early afternoon, I guess I should say, on Monday, so schedule to be there. There are opportunities.
Well, before 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah,
So,
if you want to.
so from the morning until the afternoon, because we'll want to do swim checks right after
Yes.
lunch.
Thank you very much, like that's true. And so be there, have your lunch on your way in so that you can not have bringing food into camp except in your tummies, and then you'll be able to get everything moved in and checked into camp once you have arrived. And please understand that program begins at 4:30, so it would be ideal if you got in, as Leif said, in the morning and got your swim checks out of the way and got your campsite set up so that you could be ready to start your ACE activities and these guys will go over those in a bit, and also your merit badge classes at 4:30 in the afternoon. By the way, don't be afraid. Our camp staff will meet you at the lower parking lot, help you unload, help you haul your gear in, give you direction, give you support. Nobody will be left alone without support. We will make sure everything gets carried in. There is no road out of that parking lot to any campsite in Camp Loll except 2, and it's only a few hundred feet maximum. So if you're not in one of those sites, you're going to get to have a little hike in, but that's just a challenge that will give strength to your kids and a happy memory of their interaction with the staff. Just want to remind you that often it's a beautiful sunny day, especially in July when you arrive, but often it's raining. So please bring your rain gear and be prepared for rough weather even as you're setting up camp, but count on good weather and pray for it. And also, just remember, in the high mountains there are mosquitoes, and so some mosquito repellent will keep you safe and comfortable in those activities. Then we would like to ask you, upon arrival, if you will send one leader with authority to the lodge to check in, and Jody will be there to check you in and go over your merit badge sign up and go over the rules and give you a program, what's coming up, presentation, and give you the forms that need to be filled out throughout the week, and talk a little bit about the hikes and such things. And then collect your...
Physicals will be turned in that time too, so we'll take your physicals to your medical rechecks and have a great time there too.
And we'll have your buddy tags made for you by the time you hit the waterfront, and that will be excited. We also ask you to bring a unit roster with all your people who are there or who might be coming throughout the week. And you can complete that at your at the Camp Loll web page, and that should be exciting. And then again, you can make changes to merit badges if you'd like. You can add kids to the ACE. 14 and above is what we ask for, though we're not persnickety. If they're already Eagle Scouts and have all their merit badges, maybe they would like to be involved in the ACE, and we would love to have them. And then we'll get that going again. An hour and a half, 3 classes, or 1 activity for the ACE that afternoon. Please understand that your troop friends will be with you to give your crew a tour of the camp, show you where all the fun places are, all the teaching stations are, and all the emergency stations are. And also where we hold our camp flag ceremonies and campfires. So everything will be shown to you, and among those, among the most important, will be where the garbage goes. And dealing with garbage is one of our great challenges, and so we ask you to please pay attention and be with your camp friends as they give the tour of camp. So remember that you should have all your meals for Saturday done before you arrive there and ready to receive your first meal, which will be available also at 4:30, but you don't have to pick it up exactly at 4:30, but it will be available for you to have dinner ready by 6 comfortably, and that will be very exciting. And of course, I'll just jump to the end of the week. We'll provide breakfast for you, so all meals from dinner Monday through breakfast Saturday are provided, and then we just ask that you clean up your camp, find it better than you, or leave it better than you found it, as my scoutmaster would have insisted, and we're on our way. We're, of course, need you to start making your payments. Payments are due. Half of the money is due on May the 3rd. And once you have paid that half of your money, you'll be able to go online and sign up for merit badges. And that's very helpful, isn't it, Leigh?
It is very helpful to you and to us to have that done before you come to camp.
Though it is not necessary.
We can make arrangements at camp, but it will just be nice if you do that.
And then at the end of camp, they'll already be in there. The merit badges will be on the scout book, and they'll just mark them off, and we'll do that for you, so they'll already be recorded. And again, if you plan to have visitors come during the week, either have their physical in with all your physicals, or make sure they bring a physical with them. This is not only to protect them, so that they'll know that they're healthy enough to be on the top of the world, now 35 miles from the nearest town and 50 from the nearest hospital, but also so that they will be protecting you, who bring them there to that location, and they will be following all those things that will make it so your liability as well as ours is covered. So we thank you very much for that. Okay, our goal is to provide for you and your unit an unforgettable outdoor adventure. I promise you that that is what it will be. Now I'm going to turn the key to that is going to be a wonderful staff. We have the finest staff in the world, at least in my opinion. And many of our staff members are returning, some from for years, and they know what they're doing, they've been trained, they're enthusiastic, and they're eager to provide camp-friendly, camp-friend atmosphere for everyone who comes. Because friendly is part. We hope that you will do your part. In a few minutes, I'll talk about some of the specific rules. But at this time, I'm going to turn the time over to these two great guys to cover our camp program. And I'm going to be holding up pictures. So that's my duty now, so I'm going to vacate my seat here.
So I'll start for just a minute, and I want to just talk about the advancement opportunities and training opportunities in camp for the youth and also some for the leaders. So we will have 3 merit badge classes being offered each day. And these are the ones that DeLoss mentioned that you sign up for online before you come to camp. Beginning on Tuesday and the other days of the week, we'll have free time, which includes an open merit badge program where scouts can go to any of the nature, scoutcraft, or handicraft merit badges, and also sports, personal fitness, and orienteering, and be able to get to work with a merit badge instructor to earn those merit badges there during free time. So the scouts can do the 3 regular merit badge classes. In addition, they can do other merit badges as they choose. We also have, for those that are working on tenderfoot, second and first class rank advancement, a trail to first class program, which can be taken during the 3rd merit badge hour, or it can be taken during free time. And there will be information throughout the week of their progress, so we'll keep you up to date on the progress on their rank advancement throughout the week. We also would like to invite the adult leaders to participate in some of our training programs that we have. At the waterfront, we will have safe swim defense and safety afloat training. In the nature area, you can gain training in leave no trace and trek safely. You could go to the climbing rock to be trained in climb on safely. Or you could work with Jody to be trained in chainsaw safety. So we would encourage you to take advantage of those opportunities while you're at camp as adult leaders. We'd also like to let you know that a couple of our merit badges will take some extra time. And so if your scouts enroll in small boat sailing at the waterfront, they'll want to plan that to take 2 out of the 3 merit badge classes periods in the morning. Also, if they enroll in climbing, that would take 2 instead of just 1 of the merit badge class periods. And then if they're doing rifle shooting or archery, then all their costs for those merit badges is included in the camp fee, so they don't pay extra for those merit badges. But they will need to spend some time during free time going to the ranges to make sure that they have enough time to shoot and qualify for archery or rifle shooting. So with that, I think I would like to turn time over to Jody to talk about all the other great things that your scouts can do.
So not only merit badges, obviously, that we have to offer, but so many other things up at Camp Loll to do. Every evening we offer a program opportunity. We hope that you would all participate. Even starting on Monday, we have a great opening campfire in which we'll all be there to greet all of the troops that arrive and have an opportunity to get to know the staff. We also have another campfire on Wednesday, of course, which is the best one because that's where you guys will be in charge. You'll be asked as troops and patrols to organize skit songs and run-ons, and that'll be organized through your commissioner area. And then, of course, on Friday, our closing campfire where we present awards, the Bull Moose Honor Ribbon, and give an opportunity to say goodbye and have a wonderful closing flag retirement. So those are some of the things on evening programs. But on Tuesday night, You'll notice when you look at the week at a glance, we have an opportunity to get together again by commissioner area and do something that's called our Scout Craft Skill Events, an opportunity to show off the skills that we work on so hard throughout the year. On Thursday, an opportunity to get together to do something that's called our Camp-Wide Games, where we end up playing down in what we call our Spruce Grove. Lots of opportunities to be able to show our scouting spirit and, of course, play wonderful games. Not only each evening, but there's program opportunities for those of you who have brought with you individuals that it's their second year in the Scout program. We have something that's called the second year Camper Rappel, where they just come to round table and sign them up, and it's a 40-foot rappel, which is an awesome opportunity. And individuals that are involved in the climbing merit badge or doing ACE need not necessarily sign up for that. They'll be getting plenty of climbing on much bigger cliffs, but that 40-foot is a great second or 100th time there to do. So you can see Camp Loll has some of the best climbing around on real granite stone, just like the Tetons are made out of. And that could be you or one of your boys here in not many weeks as we go up there and play up in the woods together. We also have some opportunities for some advancement outside of merit badge classes. As you arrive into camp, you'll receive a Camp Loll totem at check-in. These totems serve, I'll get here a little close up. It has a beautiful tooling leather, so you can work on some of the requirements there for leather working. But as the week goes on, different activities can be accomplished, and there are nine tokens or things that will represent the activities that you end up doing. It also will serve as the visualization that you have been checked in properly to camp. So we'll talk about those things once you check into camp as well. We also have something that's called the ACE program, as Doss mentioned earlier. ACE stands for Advanced Camping Experience. As he mentioned, boys 14 years and older. They end up going and doing bigger and bolder things. They have bigger rocks that they climb on. They do sailing. They do black powder shooting. They have an opportunity to do a service project altogether, but some great sailing up there on our lake as well that's offered. And like I said, beautiful black powder guns as well. And so you have older boys that know that, or adults, that's right.
Or girls.
Or that's right, because they're over 14, so they can end up boys and girls. There will be up there. Again, a great opportunity for those who maybe are ready for a little more advanced experience. We also have something that's called the Bull Moose Honor Ribbon. This is something that all troops can end up working on. And if you earn the points, your commissioner will tell you how to earn all the points. In order to get that, hopefully you'll hang proudly from your troop or patrol flag. These are many of the opportunities we have up there at camp. I think that unless these gentlemen...
So we want to talk just a couple more. Overnight Canoe is something that you can sign up for in the training post. The Overnight Canoe will give you a chance to canoe across Lake of the Woods after dinner. That can be done either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night. And then in the morning you wake up early and canoe back. And so on that canoe trip there is no need to bring food or prepare food. It happens after dinner and you return before breakfast. And that's something you sign up for in the training post.
Fellowship of the Moose?
On Tuesday night.
Thank you. On Tuesday night following the Scout Craft Skill events, we have an opportunity for anyone that is a youth leader, a patrol leader, or senior patrol leader, will be inducted as a guide in something we call the Fellowship of the Moose. And so again, in the commissioner packet, which is also actually in your leader's guide, gives explanations of the different requirements in order to go through the different arcs. If it's their first year at camp or they have not yet received it, they'll be working on their Brave arc. If they already have their Brave, then it becomes Warrior, after Warrior, Medicine, and then finally Chief. Your senior patrol leader will be in charge of helping to guide the rest of the people in the troop to get through and fulfill those requirements. And those patches will be awarded on Friday as we're getting ready to go.
And the Honor Trail?
The Honor Trail will be on Thursday night after the camp-wide games. And your troop friend will guide you through that. On Wednesday and Thursday in camp we have hike day. And so depending on which campsite your troop is camped in, will determine which day of the week you hike. Starting with Ne Per Se and going around the south side of camp,
the north side of
camp over to Lemhi. If that's your side of camp, then you would hike on Wednesday. and starting at Sioux and going around then on the south side of camp over towards the lake
Puma.
and Puma and the campsites near the lake. That will be the Thursday hike. We have several great hiking opportunities into Yellowstone National Park, in the Jedediah Smith Wilderness, and into the Tetons, depending on where your troop would like to hike and the distance they want to go. Delos is holding a picture here of one of our hikes in Yellowstone to Terrace Falls. We have also a hike, that's an 8-mile hike. We have a hike to Survey Peak in the Tetons, which is a 10-mile hike, which includes compass, navigation across cross country. This is a view of Union Falls, which includes Scout Pool, which is the 16-mile hike from camp into Yellowstone. We also have hikes to Grassy Lake Dam, which is a 10-mile hike, and to Beulah Lake, which is a 5-mile hike. So there will be a hike that's appropriate for your group, and we can help you plan those when you get to camp. We'll accept the hike plans Tuesday after Roundtable. So make sure to come to Roundtable on Tuesday to get any other information you need about the hikes, and then turn in your hike plan when you're at camp after Roundtable on Tuesday.
And I just want to stress that it's so important that your boys and girls are prepared to do a hike that you want to do. Please do not let your first 16-mile hike in their life be into the heart of the Yellowstone wilderness. Make sure they practice and get ready to do those things. If they're not prepared, we have wonderful hikes. As I like to say, if we were 10 miles from Lake of the Woods, every one of us would hike to Lake of the Woods on hike day. We are already in the most beautiful place, and all places are beautiful. We need to move on quickly, but I have to show you our beautiful rifle range, provided by the National Rifle Association and other wonderful donors. And we're so grateful. It's we have beautiful 22s, and as Leigh pointed out, the ammunition is there for us to use. That will be so exciting. And one other, again, I just want to talk about our water. Not only do we have great water to drink, but we have great water to swim in. Okay, so there's some, everything's backwards for me. Okay, Camp Loll, that's some kids swimming down under the water. It's a crystal clear mountain lake, a little brisk, but people get used to it. And finally, again, I just want to reiterate that the best thing of all these wonderful things we have to offer you is a glorious and wonderful camp staff who will serve you as best they can. And that leads me to wanting to comment on why we go to camp. We go to camp to do scouting. We go to camp to learn about our duty to God, service to our country, and service to our fellow man, and how to keep ourselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Among the many ceremonies we have is at the end of the week, we will retire a damaged flag and reiterate in the minds of all who come the wonderful service of those who have made it possible for us to have our freedoms and help us to love the country that gives us this wilderness. I occasionally have people show up to Camp Loll and ask me, who owns this place? And I always say, you do. Because as Americans, we own everything from Jackson Hole to Gardner, Montana, thanks to our wisdom as a self-ruling people. So at this time, we've only touched on the wonders of our program, but we will get there as we go. Okay, just to reiterate some things, remember we're all on commissary, so we can get rid of all of our garbage every day. And that will segue, I think, into our safety precautions. We are going into a dangerous place. That's okay. I often point out that the most dangerous thing you will do on your way to Camp Loll, or at Camp Loll, is drive up the freeway to get there. But if you obey the laws and everyone else obeys the laws, it will go by in a few hours of perfect pleasure as you meet Idaho and come on into Wyoming. It's the same in camp. If we obey the rules, the many dangers that are there will not impede our perfect adventure. So I've already talked about how we are all going to have our garbage put into bags after every meal, taken down and put in the bear trailer, and then it will be incinerated in a wonderful incinerator that will reduce our entire week of garbage to a few bags of ash by the end of the week, can be easily removed, and will leave nothing in the camp to attract bears. In your campsite, you will have 2 bear boxes made of aluminum, which is more than capable of keeping bears out. I'll prove it to you when you get to camp. But all scented items, from deodorant to toothpaste, all those things need to be put in those bear boxes, and you will have a bear warden, a member of your unit, assigned to make sure no candy wrappers get into bed. A bear does not know the difference between a candy wrapper and a candy bar, and once he doesn't find his Heath bar, he'll eat the kid, even if his name isn't Heath. So I have a grandson named Heath. There you go. So please come to camp determined to obey bear precautions. Camp has a beautiful forest. We enjoy it looking up. Please remind scouts that under no circumstances should they climb trees. And also, as we've shown you with some of these pictures, we have some of the best climbing rocks, cliffs, anywhere. You could not create these. They're nowhere to be found as good. But you stay away from them unless they are properly guided. And this, let me explain why coming to camp is so advantageous. We will have a waterfront director and a trained waterfront staff to keep you safe on the lake. We will have a rifle range director and an assistant rifle range director to keep you safe shooting the .22s. We will have an archery director and a co-director keeping you safe on the archery range. These sound like dangerous things to do, but we have excellently trained people to make sure they're all possible. You will never go off on a hike without a guide. Next to bears, my biggest frustration is people getting lost. So again, we have rules about not going anywhere you don't know, keeping track of each other, making sure your scouts report to you where they are and where they're going, and do everything we can to keep people from getting lost. Of course, if you live in the middle of a forest, you're living in a pile of wood. And if you make a mistake and burn down Camp Loll, you will break more hearts than you've ever imagined, and also endanger our natural treasure. So please make sure you come to camp already trained in fire safety, from axe yard through putting out the fire. We'll have a fire barrel and buckets for you in every campsite, and we'll follow those ideas. And finally, I feel that I must talk about COVID. We are so hopeful that at the end of before camp comes, this challenge will be past us, and we'll all be able to go on without having to worry about it. Won't that be wonderful? But we cannot guarantee that. And so, because scouts are obedient, and because they are courteous, those are the 2 big words. Obedience, for the safety of others, we are obedient. And courtesy, for the safety of others, we are courteous. We will ask you to obey the law as is laid down by Teton County, Wyoming, and the policies of the BSA and Crossroads of the West. And believe me, I promise you, no one in the universe is more excited to take off these masks than we are. I just want you to know that all 3 of us are teachers and have been immunized, but we chose to wear our masks today to demonstrate that we believe that following rules is important. And so we suffered a little because we love you a lot. And so please express that. There are just a few other things. And please don't have your scouts bring hammocks to camp, or your leaders, unless they bring a stand to hold them. We don't tie anything or do anything to a tree that might damage it. Also, if your troops have allergies, if anyone in your troops or crews have allergies, please contact us at www.utahscouts.org/allergies, and we'll get food and have it ready for them when they come.
You can also find that on the Camp Loll website. There's a link to allergy information, so please also look there if you're...
Now, I must warn you that we are in the black spot of the universe. You can have cell phone coverage if you have a Verizon. I think we'd make the world's best Verizon commercial. But if you have Verizon, if you are willing to walk up to the upper parking lot, you can get a link down the canyon. Otherwise, your computers will not work, nor will your telephones. What a moment of safety and joy. So please come and be with us, and that will be excellent. If you have any need for questions, you can contact us at the email addresses we gave you. You can call the office. Some of the best people in the world work there. Their time is so full of service to you. It's like a treasure just to watch them work. And again, I'll reiterate the office phone number, 801-479-5460. So let's all take a chance to say thank you to Lost Connor. Thank you very much for coming to Camp Loll this summer. Goodbye.
Just one quick thing that I forgot to mention too is as you are getting together with your groups and filling out the merit badge sign-up request, remember that there is no rush to get those things done. We don't close any classes. In the event that class gets many scouts involved, we'll find another instructor to come in to make sure that we provide. And also, because we are in Wyoming, if you have individuals in your midst that wish to fish and are over the age of 14, I believe it is, it 15?
It's 14,
14.
so I could give that really
Please,
quick if you want.
I'll turn
So
it late,
there's
you know best.
so there is if you go to the Wyoming Game and Fish website, or you type in Wyoming fishing license, you can go in and buy a license. A one-day fishing license is for anyone that's over 14 is $14 a day. You can buy a week license for $56 for non-resident, so it's cheaper if you're a resident. But if you have scouts that are under the age of 14 and they like to fish, they can go with our staff, either as part of the fishing merit badge, or they can go down during free time and be with our staff who will have a license and can go with them.
Up to one limit a day. And it's wonderful fishing and wonderful. I'm sure we've forgotten other things.
Well, the one more thing I know we did forget. Please have your troop, as a troop, watch the bear safety video. You can find that by going to the Camp Loll website and clicking on the link that says bear safety. It will have some good information there about preparing for living in bear country, and also a link that says view the video, and please do that with your troop before coming to camp.
And again, your service to them will be an example for their lives. Okay, now let's try to say goodbye again. Jody?
Again, so grateful to get the opportunity to meet with you and to experience the values and treasures of scouting. And if you need to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of me at Jody Orem, and that's jody.orme@hotmail.com.
You can also reach me at Connor, CONNER, LG@gmail.com if you'd like to email me. I'd be happy to hear from you anytime before camp. Thank you.
And I'm D_Connor, CONNER, @Comcast.net. Thank you very much. Goodbye.